Not all stress is bad. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do for your midlife body is to intentionally stress it. In the right way, of course. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. This show is proudly sponsored by Rumble and Rise. To find out more about joining Rumble and Rise, head on over to graceandgrit.com/ready to rumble. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. We spend so much time at midlife talking about reducing stress. In fact, we talk a lot about that here on this show. We want to reduce unnecessary stress in our life to help us lower cortisol, calm our nervous system, and really just create ease and a sense of well-being in our life. All of that matters a lot. But here's what we often miss in the pursuit of reducing stress. Your body also needs strategic, intentional stress to stay strong, resilient, and metabolically healthy. That stress, it comes in a lot of different forms. It could come in the form of having difficult conversations, leaving a job that you hate, setting boundaries, leaning into eating a different way. It can also look like strength training. And strength training can be one of the most potent tools that you use at midlife to combat a lot of challenges that midlife throws you. Because here's what happens when you lift weights, when you use resistance bands, or you just do some body weight training. You create little micro tears in the muscle tissue. Your body, of course, perceives that as a stressor and responds by repairing those fibers to be stronger than they were before. This is hormesis. Hormesis is beneficial stress that makes you more resilient, and strength training is such a beautiful form of it. And of course, the benefits of strength training go way beyond building bigger muscles. A lot of us, as we travel through midlife and beyond, are rumbling with the loss of muscle tissue. It's called sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss. And after 40, women lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade. Strength training doesn't just slow this, it can actually help to reverse it, regardless of your age. Strength training also, of course, helps to boost our metabolic resting rate. A 2023 study found that women who strength trained just twice a week for 16 weeks increased their metabolic rate, their resting metabolic rate, by 7%. So their bodies, after 16 weeks, were burning more energy at rest. That's an awesome thing. Strength training improves insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control, which a lot of midlife women can rumble with because of the shifting hormonal landscape. But the thing to remember is that muscle is a glucose sink. It pulls sugar out of your bloodstream and utilizes it for energy. Your muscles love to use glucose for energy. More muscle means better metabolic health and a lower risk of diabetes. Strength training also protects your bone density, reduces inflammation, enhances your mental health and cognitive function. And ultimately, it helps to build confidence and autonomy. There's something profoundly empowering about getting physically stronger. It changes the way that you move through the world, mentally, emotionally, and yes, of course, physically. And I would argue, there's a lot of information out in the world about women lifting heavy. And yes, of course, what an awesome aspiration to have. But you don't need to lift heavy to get the benefits I just mentioned. You simply need to start in a place that makes sense for where you are and progressively overload your efforts, which means you gradually increase the challenge over time. So you don't have to start with equipment, you can just start with body weight. And then once you master body weight training, or at least get better at it so you're not going to get injured, it makes sense to add a dumbbell or some kind of loaded weight. You could start with wall push-ups and then gradually work your way down to your knees and then even to your toes. And you don't need a lot to see benefits. 2 to 3 sessions a week can make an incredible impact. Focus on major muscle groups, legs, glutes, chest, back, shoulders. And compound movements really help you to get the most for the time you spend strength training. So movements that involved a lot of muscle groups, not just a singular muscle group. So things like squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, really give you the most bang for your buck. If you're new to strength training, start with a beginner program. Extend yourself the grace of that. Maybe even hire a trainer or work with a trainer who can make sure that your form is correct and give you some tips to make it a little easier. Form always matters more than weight, and consistency always matters more than intensity. Here's the thing to keep in mind. Midlife is not the time to back off from challenge. It's the time to strategically embrace it. Your muscles are waiting, your bones are waiting, your metabolism is waiting for you to introduce this intentional, on-purpose stressor. Strength training isn't just exercise. It is the on-purpose stress that makes you unstoppable. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a Midlife Woman's Guide to Deep Health and Happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.